So now let us see what is a constructor. Constructor is a special member function which has the same name as class name, and it is used to initialize the data members of the class. Data members means member variables, or the variables which are inside the class directly are called as member variables. So to initialize them, we use a constructor. And the what is the specialty of constructor means, number one, the class name and the constructor name is same. Number two, it will be called implicitly. Implicitly means automatically as soon as we create object. And one more thing is, we cannot have return type to a constructor. So constructor cannot have return type. Okay. So we cannot give return type. Like a normal method, we cannot give return type. So constructor cannot have return type. If you give return type, it will show you error message, guys. Okay. Constructor cannot have return type. Even void also, we cannot give void as well. Void means when a function is not returning any value, we write void, right? But for constructor, we cannot give void as well. Okay. And we can pass parameters to a constructor, guys. We can pass arguments or arguments to a constructor. And constructor overloading is also possible. So what is meant by constructor overloading? Means we can write two or more constructors in a class. That is said to be constructor overloading. If we write two or more methods with the same name with a different argument list, that is called as method overloading, right? Same way, constructor overloading means you can write two or more constructors in a class. So that is said to be constructor overloading. That is possible. Okay. So let's get started, guys. Let's switch to Eclipse and let's create a new project. Close all editors. Go to File, New Project. Selecting Java project. Next, I said WinSoft 83. 82 is already there. 83. Click on Finish. The project is ready. So right click on this project name, new class we are adding. Here itself I'm giving package name as com.prakash, and then my app or app, you can give any class name here and click on main method, finish. Okay, so what is this? Constructor demo. So coming to the simple constructor, what are the types of constructors we have? Means there are different types of constructors in Java. Types of constructor. How many types of constructors we have? Means the first one is
parameter constructor.
Yeah, very good. Default constructor. It is also known as parameterless constructor or instance constructor. You can call like anything, guys. Any names, both all are same. Okay. And next one is parameterized constructor. A constructor which contains parameters or arguments is called as parameterized constructor. Third one is something called copy constructor. Okay. And the fourth one is static constructor, which is also known as static block, guys. Static block or static constructor. Okay. So now we are talking about the first one called default constructor or parameterless constructor or instance constructor. So why they are calling it as a default means it will be called automatically. If you forgot to define a default constructor, Java will define a default constructor by default. That is why this is called as default constructor. If you forgot to write a constructor in a class, then Java provides a default constructor or a parameterless constructor. So that I will show you anyhow. Okay. So first let's get started with the how to write our own constructor, default constructor. Why it is called as parameterless constructor? Because we are not passing any
Sir,
arguments or
sir,
parameters.
another one keywords.
Which one, ma?
Sir, another one keyword constructor.
Keyword? No, no, no. We don't have
Keyword.
any keyword. Parameterized?
Another one keyword constructor.
No, no, no. Keyword constructor is not there. Only these. These are the types. Okay. Default constructor or parameterless or instance. Okay. And parameterized means with parameters. Parameterless means without parameters. Copy constructor means if you want to copy an existing object to any new, to new object means copy constructor will be used. Static means it is also known as static block. We'll discuss it later. So let's see one by one how to, let's get started with the first one. So let's switch to Eclipse and we are taking a class called sample now. So what is this example is all about? Default constructor. So class sample is my class name. So here I'm writing a method called hello, public void hello or hello, directly hello, void hello. Okay, it's my method, guys. It's a normal method. It's not a constructor at all. Okay, this is out. I said hello method invoked. Invoked means called. Just a message. So I defined a class called sample. Inside that I wrote a method called hello. That's it. And I came to the main class and here I'm creating object of the sample class. Sample s is equal to new sample. So can you guess the output of this program, guys, now? If I run this program, what is the output you are expecting? Just I wrote a class called sample. Inside that hello method is there. And then I went to main method. Just I'm going to create object of the class. That's it. My program is over. Can you guess the output of this program, guys? Krishna, Mohan, anybody?
Mm, yeah. Hello method invoke. Sir.
But where are we calling hello? Are we calling hello anywhere? Just a created object of the class. But I'm not calling hello, right? Let's run it and see. See the output, guys. I'm executing. Program is already executed, but nothing is there because I forgot to call. Created object, but I forgot to call. So in order to call, I should say s dot hello. Now run it. You will get hello method. Hello method invoked. Guys, are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
So after creating object, you have to call any method, then only it will be called. Okay, but coming to a constructor is all about we are writing a constructor here. What is constructor? Constructor name and class name should be same. So that is why I have to give sample. If my class name is sample, I have to give sample. If my class name is student, I have to give student. If the class name is employee, I have to give employee. So this is said to be the difference between normal method and the constructor method. So what I'm writing here, constructor invoked. That is the message. But now again, I'm not calling constructor. So hello, I called, I got it, but I'm not calling sample. This is constructor, right? So what is this? Default constructor, also known as instance constructor. So whenever you create an object of sample class, automatically the default constructor will be invoked. So you need not call it explicitly. So now let's run the program, guys. You will have two messages. So one message is coming from a constructor. That is why we got constructor invoked. It is coming from here. And second one is with the hello method. But remember here, guys, whenever I create an object, here itself constructor will be called. Constructor called here. We are not calling. So as soon as the object is created or instantiation is done, automatically the instance constructor or default constructor will be called. So that point we need to remember. But coming to normal methods, we have to call them. If I forgot to call, you will never get any message. So that is the difference between normal methods and constructor methods. Is it clear, guys?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Clear, sir.
sir.
So default constructor or instance constructor is automatically called as soon as we create object. But normal methods, you have to call them with the object reference variable. Like sample s is equal to new sample. S is object reference variable. So s dot hello, s dot accept, s dot input, s dot calc, s dot process, s dot display, s dot show. Like that we are calling, right? So object reference variable and calling is mandatory. But coming to a default constructor, it will be called automatically. Okay, that's all about default constructor. One second.